maybe awkward, but it's a little otherworldly, like the connection, the way it's shown. I think that's like the perfect way to show that.
It's very clear after you see it for the first time. It's very clear every time it happens, like what's happening.
Yes, it took the first time for me to understand it, though.
Yeah,
like, I didn't get it.
You're disoriented, kind of like the characters in the movie are, because they don't know what's happening either.
Yeah, but it's like there's like a tonal shift in everything, like with the movie when it's happening. So it's like you're like when they say it's like, oh, they're talking to the other one. You know, like it's quite easy to understand.
And I like the detail that they bring certain elements of the environment with them when they're connecting.
Yes.
There's that part where after they're done talking, Kylo Ren has like water on his hands because it was raining where she was.
Yeah.
Like that's so cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, and like their conversations are great. It says a lot about Kylo. Like the whole movie, when it's in that part on them on the island, it excels because it's just a bunch of people trying to understand each other. Like their past and why they do the things that they do. Like it's fantastic. Like
it's one thing that I find interesting about Kylo Ren's characters. I found myself believing there was light in him often.
More than Anakin.
Well, his struggle like is very much like it must be. I don't. Is it the acting? Is it the writing? Like because when it's Adam Driver acting as if he has an internal struggle. Yeah, I believe it a lot more.
Like when he's in his ship and he's going to shoot where his mom's at, and he's like, and he doesn't do it. Like, he doesn't say anything. He acts it so well. Yeah. But the thing interesting about him is it's not really said objectively in the movie. Like it doesn't like hold your hand to explain what his character is. But it's not even necessarily like a struggle between the light and dark. Well, it is, but not literally. It's more the struggle with the people who represent those sides. Because you think about like in Force Awakens, Han and Leia are saying, "Oh, he's got too much Vader in him. Oh, there's so much Vader." Even Luke says that. So they're like they see just like an angry kid and it's like, "Oh, he might just be the next Vader." So they shove him off on Luke and it's like, "Hey, essentially fix him." And he can't do that. So Luke contemplates killing him. And he sees that. So it's like, okay, everyone on this side literally sees me as a monster. Like there's nothing I can do. I haven't done anything. It's just who I am. So instead of like, he just loses it and he's like, you know what, I'll just go to the dark side. But then when he goes to the dark side, it's kind of like what Han says in Force Awakens, where it's like they're just using you for your power. Yeah. And then during Last Jedi, he realizes that. Yeah. So and that's what it comes to, like the culmination, like the climax of the movie, where it's like, fuck both sides. Let's just tear it all down. Tear everything down. And to me, that's incredibly interesting because I could totally, like, it's almost like he's a kid. He's like a kid being like torn between two sides. He's like, you know what? Screw sides. Burn it.
Well, and that's the way someone his age would probably react, right?
Yeah.
Like, how teenagers tend to react if their parents are pushing them a certain way.
Sure. But even if I grew into adult, I would still carry that. If like your family saw you as a monster, even though they still cared for you, and you go over this people, but they're just emotionally manipulating you because they want what you can do, and that's it. They don't give a shit about you. So it's like, I find that struggle incredibly interesting. Yeah. And it's all subtext. It's not like someone just says, this is how he thinks. Like it's very good. It's part of the reason he's my favorite character. He has more depth than a lot of other characters in Star Wars too.
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely, and honestly, he's a very close second with Obi-Wan for me right now. Like I think they're, in terms of characters, but the next movie might just ruin everything. I don't know. So.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like he's my favorite character now, but I haven't seen Rise of Skywalker, so even still, I can just pretend that movie doesn't exist. I'll just pretend that.
I was thinking it would be funny. We're not going to obviously do it, but it'd be funny to pretend we watched the last movie, not actually watch it, just watch Robot Chicken. just for the last one, and never actually watch the last one.
I thought we were going to watch the Star Wars Holiday Special.
5 years from now, go out and watch it.
Yeah. So yeah, I went off my rant. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, that's I think we're probably all in agreement for the most part in this movie. I mean, there's some fantastic stuff. I really liked Rey in this movie too.
Oh yeah, I did too.
She's up there, top 5 characters for me for sure.
Yeah, she might be my favorite female character now. Like it's her and Leia. It's like neck and neck.
Yeah. I think I'd take her over Leia now. Leia was really only good in A New Hope, I found.
I like her all the way.
I didn't like her as much.
Well, Return of the Jedi, she comes in with the bounty hunter armor. That's sick.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I thought she got better after New Hope.
But I just didn't find they used her much. And kind of same as Padme. I mean, Padme wasn't up there, but no. I found I liked Padme's character more in Phantom Menace than as it continued it in the
when she gets demoted each movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I like Rey a lot in this movie, and they give her like a counterbalance, like her relationship with Kylo Ren, where it's like they're both kind of, because one of the main themes of this movie is it's essentially because the whole series deals with like binary morality, like light, dark. This movie's all about the moral gray.
Yeah.
And like I think Kylo Ren and Rey like have that relationship because they both represent the moral gray. Because even there's a scene where like Rey is like using the Force, and he looks at that weird giant pit, like the black pit.
Oh yeah.
Which is a cool visual.
Yeah.
And Luke is like, you didn't even think about it. You just went for it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I think that signifies her as like also kind of in that neutral territory, kind of like Kylo Ren. So it kind of that relationship makes a lot of sense to me.